right there, that turned out to be the absolute game changer. So, as you can imagine, both sides walked into court telling two totally different stories. Vinny's side was arguing that his income was actually even higher, that they weren't even looking at his rental income and other investments, and, crucially, that the career she sacrificed had a real, tangible value. Meanwhile, Paramveer's side was saying, hey, hold on, her numbers are way off. They argued that he had new obligations, a second wife, a child, aging parents, all people who were now depending on him. And with two stories that were just polar opposites, the case ended up, you guessed it, in the Supreme Court. And all of a sudden, this wasn't just about the Parmers anymore. The court was now facing a much, much bigger question. In the eyes of the law, what does that little word just, what does it actually mean? Well, the key is buried right here in Section 25 of the Hindu Marriage Act. This is a foundational piece of law for millions of people in India. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. The law doesn't give you a formula. It's not a calculator. It just lists some factors, income, property, conduct, and then basically says the final amount is whatever the court thinks is just. And that one little word, it gives the court incredible power, but also a ton of responsibility. What the law basically does is hand the courts a checklist. It says, okay, look at the respondent's finances, look at the applicant's finances, consider their conduct and any other special circumstances. Simple enough, right? But in this specific case, the Supreme Court zeroed in on something that had kind of been overlooked before. What was the wife's career and status before she got married? And that, right there, that turned out to be the absolute game changer.